Hello, I'm welcome to Fox Sports Lab AFL round 15. Before we get into our tips, were even, so I'm not going to go anywhere near that. But coming off a big Tuesday night, Chief, Hall of Fame inducted as a legend. Well done.
It was a big night, mate. A late one, and we both paid for it dearly.
Yeah, I don't operate good off 2 hours sleep, so we'll just leave it there. Let's go Friday night. So we've got the Blues and the Cats. Blues off the bye. They've won 4 of their last 5, so they are flying. And the Cats, or they've lost 5 of their last 6. So the only good thing for the Cats is coming off a bye, they've won 5 straight. So I'm not going to give you my tip just yet in this one because it's a bit of a line ball. But what are you thinking, both teams coming off a bye?
Yeah, it's a tough one. Look, the bottom line is behind Sydney, all the chasing pack, there aren't really strong form teams coming through, but Carlton's probably one of the few that's showing a bit. Geelong have been in all sorts of trouble over the last month or so, so it's hard to go against the Blues. I just got to tip them.
Yeah, I like the Blues as well. Considering Geelong haven't covered the line in the last 6 games, they're just struggling. So got to go with the form team in this one. Jeremy Cameron's a good one, so he's out of form. So up front need to kick some goals and get this one done for the Cats, but we're both going with the Blues. Let's go to the Power and the Lions game. Cannot believe the Lions are outsiders in this.
Yeah, I know.
I'm actually tipping the Lions. Considering their form and their late charge, do you think there's still a chance, Chief, coming into this?
Yeah, I don't know if they're back. They're showing some signs. They've threatened at different stages, and then they slip back into this malaise where they just look like a very average team. Having said that, Port Adelaide have been going like bastards, so there's not a lot to hang your hat on there. I found this a really tough game. If it was at the Gabba, you just go, yep, Brisbane all day. I can't believe this, but I'm going to stick my neck out and go for Port at home, even despite how disappointing they've been. I have a feeling you might go the other way, so I'll go Port at home.
Yeah, 6 of the last 7 against Port Adelaide, so they've got the wood over them in this one. Next game's an interesting one. So Swannies, only 1 loss for the season, and then the Giants just fought back last week and did pretty well. But Swans have won 9 straight. It's very hard to tip against them.
It is, particularly when you look at the best player or the best defender in the competition, Sam Taylor, being out for the Giants. That makes their job even tougher. Buckley probably gets the job on Amati, who's going to be in a pretty confident sort of state of mind after kicking a lazy 9 last week. So it's impossible to tip against the Swans, mate. It's crazy if you do.
Yeah, and Jesse Hogan as well, like 3+ goals in 4 of the last 5 for the Giants. So
he's having a good year.
He's at that stadium, so that's a pretty good stat to go on. I'm going with the Swannies as well, hard to beat. D's and Roos. Now, D's have been smashed by injury. They're losing soldiers left, right, and centre. And finally, North Melbourne are warming up after you tipped them. I'm not sure how, a couple of weeks ago, for their first win on the season. So are you feeling it for the Roos in this one?
Well, you know what? I think the market's really skewed heavily towards Melbourne, and it's wrong. Because I think this will be a competitive game. I think Melbourne are only just going, and I mean really just going. Petrarca's a massive loss, but the rest of their midfield, Oliver and Viney, aren't playing great footy. I actually don't know what they're going to do for the rest of the year. I have no confidence about the D's. Having said that, I'm not tipping the Kangaroos to win another one, but I think it'll be close to go. I think they'll give them a run.
I do too. I reckon they'll give them a massive run. Essendon and the Eagles. Eagles have been horrible away, and notably so because we know exactly where they're at in their season. Essendon are overperforming, or if you tip them to finish top 4 like me, then they're just cruising as I expected. But the Dons off the bye get Draper, Redmond and Dersma back, so hard to tip against them at Marvel Stadium.
Yeah, if it was back at home at Optus Stadium, I think West Coast have shown some signs, but they've got a couple of players out. The midfield's a little bit weak at the moment. So, coming over here, can't tip them. You'd expect the Bombers to get the job done, take care of business, and keep giving themselves a great chance to finish top 4.
And the next game's all about legitimacy. So Dockers and the Suns at Optus. The Dockers, disappointing. Like, to allow the Doggies just to kick 150 plus is unacceptable in any standard. But I'm going with the Dockers in this. I know you love an upset, but can you think the Suns can shine in Perth?
Well, if they had some good form, maybe you could tip the Suns. But this is an amazing game. You're right. The Dockers weren't just disappointing, Diggo. They conceded a gazillion points last week. They were just disgraceful. you have to think back at home they're going to come out firing. I reckon Justin Longmuir would have fired a few shots at the boys. They've got to win this one, so I expect them to take care of business at home.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? 12 away, they're just losing them. They just can't win away from Gold Coast. So even the hot weather
I don't know what to make of Gold Coast, Diggo. They're just an ordinary mob for my lot. We keep getting teased and seduced, and maybe under Damien Hardwick things will come good. But, mate, as soon as they come south of the border, they're done.
All right, big call time. I know you love a big call. You made plenty across the years so far and a couple of lobs. So I'm actually going to kick it off here. So I'm going with the Roos, and it's not for the Roos to win. It's the Roos to get close. So I'm taking Melbourne 1-12. So it's going to be a 2-goal probably win to Melbourne or within that, and that's 7.20 at better. So that's my big call. What's yours?
I don't mind that. That's actually good. And wouldn't that give the D's a fright if North Melbourne were that close at the end? I'm going to go early Friday night. Blues, Cats, Charlie Curnow. Every second time he plays them in recent history, he kicks 4+ goals. I'm hoping this is that second time. So 4+ goals for Charlie Curnow Friday night.
Like it, Chief. Enjoy round 15 and get some rest after your big Tuesday night. See you next week.
See you, mate.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.